What's going on, traders? Hope everybody's having a great weekend. This is the recap here of Friday's price action, which was the 12th of May, and currently it is May 13th. So we're going to be talking about what to expect a little bit into Monday the 15th and the rest of the week, but we'll of course mostly be looking at Monday and Tuesday. So we're starting off here on the daily chart, of course. Markets were down just slightly, negative 0.13%. Final print for 11:59. But before we get any more into the charts, of course, this video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. And if you're enjoying the content that we are providing about the markets, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, and hit that notification bell. That way you are updated and alerted every time we post new content about the markets. So looking at the daily here, again, not too much has changed. I'm kind of laughing because every time the Bears try to get something cooking, we did have a nice trend down for most of the morning session, pretty much all day until the end of the day. But they tried to break us again below this pennant uptrend that we have been watching, or downtrend, I should say, and again pushed back up into the range. Look at this, tried to break again, tried to break, and unable to. Tried to break. I mean, this is just getting kind of ridiculous and pretty funny, to be honest. But as you know, of course, we're still hanging out above this value area high, and at some point, the bulls are not going to be there to be able to hold this level, and they are going to break it, and we'll see some more selling. So until then, the bears patiently await. But the Bulls' time might be fleeting, as we talked about in our last video. I was thinking that the markets probably have a few more days, maybe into this end of this week, maybe the 18th or the 19th. We'll probably see more of that stronger selling pressure come into the markets and break us back down into the lower part of this range, back down in here. So we'll have to see if that plays out, but that is kind of where I'm sitting for right now. Yeah, not too much to go over, so we don't want to um, beat a dead horse here. I'm looking over at the economic calendar. I don't really see much jobless claims on Thursday at 8:30. That might be something we want to watch out for. The other thing I do want to mention is it is OPEX week, so that could lead to some trickier price action, at least on Friday. But I don't think that will have too much um, bearing on the start of the week at all. We do have a couple of Fed speakers going, doing some speaking. We have 8:30 at Monday. New Chicago Fed President Goolsbee is speaking. We do have, what else do we got? Barkin speaking at 10:30 on Tuesday, and Williams speaking at 12:15. Let's see here. What else do we have? And something at we have Jefferson speaking on Thursday at 9:15. But not too many other things. That's about it. Friday here, we do have a panel at 11, Fed Chair Powell and former Fed Chair Bernanke. So that's something maybe we want to watch out for on OPEX Day, Friday the 19th. Either way, as far as the technicals, again, not much has changed. Still closing above the 9, the 20. Can't close below this downtrend that we have been watching. Nothing's really changed, of course. So let's look at the fibs. Nothing. Again, same place. So let's look at the price action a little bit on Friday that we saw, and we can get into that a little bit. We were talking about this volume point of control, and also these higher lows, right? We were looking at these higher lows being put in. We were talking about that, um, and the break here of the trend and that volume point of control around 412. We were talking about 412.30. We were talking about that, as well as the 618 here extension being broken. And when those were broken, we definitely saw that sharp sell to the downside. So it was a nice morning trend day. Again, pretty much trended down all day until about 2:30 or so. But we were looking at those key 412 areas, that if they were broken, that we would see some more selling. Either way, we were also looking at these higher lows being put in. Excuse me, these lower highs being put in, and then in the morning it came right up into it, and then just kind of sold right off. So pretty easy trend day as far as that was concerned. Once we started breaking down here, then the crossover came up, retested, bear flag down. Again, just easy, just riding the cloud, right? Riding these moving averages all the way down. A little bit of a fake out here. Came up, came in, made a new low, right? But then they tried to push it down under this big 409 area. I was also watching that 410 as well, which we did talk about, which did get violated. But really, it was, how long did it stay under? I don't even know if it was an hour. Yeah, about an hour it did stay under. But either way, look how perfectly it lined up there at that 409, at that 38, and then boom, we saw a nice rally. I was unable to participate in this downside move. I took one trade, I think, here, which I got stopped out of on the long side, and and then I did get in long towards the end of the day for this rally up. So that's pretty much all I did. Um, so, I was a little upset I didn't get to participate in this nice move, but either way, we're still able to get some nice trades in on this reversal. See, you can see here, it bounced and tried to break down, got absorbed, and then pushed back up higher. So, what are we looking for as far as Monday is concerned? Well, still, that line in the sand for me is gonna still be, that 412. But if we can start getting some closes over, this 411.50, but really, like I said, 412, certainly over the 618 here at 412.30. We're likely to see some more upside, maybe just a dollar move back up into this value area high here on the 30. I'm going to take a look. Let me actually go to the 10. There we go. But I want to see here what goes on in this area here around this 411.60. Certainly, if we recapture, starting to get some closes over this 411.60 and then over 412, 412.30, we'll be looking for some more upside. What we could see is a possible push up where we come into this area and then start to roll back over. Or they could break up and start to drive us back up towards these highs. If we start to break over this downtrend, okay, we'll start look for that 786 again, try to see if we can sweep these highs. But as far as, overall, we still are, making those subsequential lower highs here, and so we'll have to watch to see if they just come in and bring another lower high in, and that even could be up here around the 413 area, and then from here we roll over. So we've got the scenario where in the morning we potentially rally up, maybe we make it all the way up to here, and then we reverse and we come back down, and basically keeps us in this range overall, which we have been, of course, watching and and trading in, and a lot of people aren't too happy about it. But as long as you know your levels, and you have no real problem, just wait for it to come into your levels and then execute, you know, appropriately. But let's see if we continue to stay in this general range, and you can just trade, around it here. But so those are my two thoughts. Maybe for the bearish thought, if we sell, we're gonna have to obviously see what we're looking like when when futures open on Sunday. If we gap up, gap down, if we just open flat. But we could, another scenario is we sell off, come back down and retest these lows again. Maybe what we only do is come down not quite as low to that 409, but come down to this value area low around this 409.40 area, and really make from there, and it would be just slightly a higher low. Excuse me, a higher low from Friday's lows. So what we could see, the two scenarios, we sell off, come down, come into here, and then we see the reversal, right? Maybe around 11. If we see that reversal, maybe coming out of lunch around 1 o'clock. So sell down slowly and then come back up, retest here. This will be the big test. See if we can get over. We might not, and then we might just come back down. Or we get over point of control in that 411, 411.50 area, 411.12. Then we can make a shot back up to the 618, and then possibly back up to this 413 and retest the top of this bottom trend here. But from here, if we do end up making that higher low here, we'll have to watch, because we could be getting a bit of a, let me just delete this. We could be getting a bit of a another smaller pennant, just as an example. Now, I don't know, this is, but we could be getting something like this, where we're getting another kind of pennant here situation forming. It's squeezing, and then it's going to break one way or the other. But you can see in this range on the volume profile how much of the trading activity has really taken place in this range here. And you can just see how thick the profile is here, and what we were highlighting earlier as far as the range is concerned. And you can see that, and then let's look at all this volume taking place in between these areas. And it pretty much lines up, with the value area high and the value area low within the profile. So I think that's interesting and worth noting here. And, see how it thins out towards these upper parts here. This kind of looks like a spaceship or something from here. So, but either way, those are the two scenarios I'm watching to see if we if we rally up. So the morning pop area, the morning pop thesis would be coming up, testing this downtrend, then rolling back over, maybe coming back down to here to the point of control. I don't know if we break it or not. We might just stay and chop it there, or we come down and we make a higher low, and then we come back in. Do we break this? I'm not sure, but if we do, then we look for the top of the range a little bit, and we just kind of anticipate trading basically between the 38.2 and the 786, and and go from there. So yeah, just be careful out there. Hopefully we see a nice trend day this week. We got a nice Friday one, but yeah, just know your levels, know the range that we're trading in, and then wait for the trade to come to you. And like I've said before many times, don't get mixed up, too much. And I mean, look at this. If you're oversizing, you can have a lot of trouble in here, trying to catch every single move. If you're bullish, wait for the bottom of the range. If you're bearish, wait for the top of the range. When you're in the middle areas, just be careful and not over trading, trying to capture every single wiggle. So that's all I've got for you. I hope everybody has a great rest of the weekend, and take care.